Hey everyone, and welcome back to Thesaurus Thrive. I'm Lily, and I'm so excited to dive into our very first official episode of our English learning podcast. Today, we're tackling a topic that is just so fundamental for anyone learning English, talking about your daily routine.
And I'm Ava. It's great to be here with you, Lily. When you first start learning a language, describing what you do every single day seems so simple, right? But then you try to explain it in English, and suddenly you're searching for words for brush my teeth or make breakfast, and it gets a bit tricky.
Absolutely. It's those seemingly simple, everyday actions that often trip people up because they're so ingrained in our native language, we don't think about how we say them. But mastering this helps you build so much confidence in conversational English.
Totally. And it's not just about listing verbs, it's about using those time prepositions, connecting words, and making your story flow naturally. Today, we're going to walk you through how to do exactly that, using our own daily routines as examples.
Perfect. So let's start at the very beginning of the day, shall we? Ava, tell me, what's your typical morning routine like? I'm always curious about how other people kick off their day.
Okay, so my mornings are pretty consistent, I'd say. I usually wake up around 6:30 a.m., but I don't jump straight out of bed. I like to hit the snooze button a couple of times, just to ease into the day. Then I finally get up around 6:45 or 7.
I'm a snoozer too. It's like a little negotiation with yourself every morning, isn't it? Just 5 more minutes. So once you're out of bed, what's next for you?
Right? Exactly. After I get up, the first thing I do is head to the bathroom. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and then I usually take a quick shower. I find that a shower really helps me wake up properly.
I'm the same. A shower is a must-have for me in the morning. So after your shower, are you straight into getting dressed or do you have a specific breakfast routine?
Good question. After my shower, I get dressed, of course. Then I head to the kitchen to make some breakfast. I'm usually pretty quick with breakfast, a bowl of cereal or some toast, and, crucially, I make a cup of coffee. Can't start the day without coffee, honestly.
Oh, the sacred coffee ritual. I completely understand. So you eat your breakfast, drink your coffee, and then what? Are you reviewing notes, checking emails, or just enjoying the peace before the day truly begins?
Yeah, while I'm eating, I usually check my phone for any important notifications or quickly scan the news headlines. Then, after I finish breakfast, I pack my bag for work, grab my keys, and I'm out the door by around 8 a.m.
Wow, that's a very efficient morning, Ava. Mine's a little less structured, shall we say. I usually wake up around 7 a.m., but I definitely linger in bed for a bit, maybe scroll through social media or read a chapter of a book. Then I finally get up around 7:30.
See, that's what I wish I could do sometimes, just ease into it, but then I'd probably be rushing. Do you shower in the mornings too, or do you do that at a different time?
I do. I shower almost immediately after getting out of bed. I feel like it truly washes away the sleep. After that, I get dressed and then it's straight to the kitchen. My breakfast routine is a bit more involved than yours, I think. I love making a smoothie or some eggs and avocado toast, so that takes a little longer.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. So you're not just grabbing something quick. Do you eat your breakfast while doing something else, or do you sit down and really enjoy it?
I try to sit down and enjoy it. I usually listen to a podcast, maybe an English learning podcast, hint, hint, or some music while I eat. It's my quiet time before the day gets hectic. Then, after I finish eating, I make myself a cup of tea. I'm a tea person, not coffee. And then I prepare for work, which usually means checking my schedule and organizing my notes.
Tea person. Okay, we've got a difference there. So, by what time are you usually ready to dive into work then?
I usually start working by 9 a.m. Since I work from home most days, my commute is literally from the kitchen to my home office. It's a luxury, I won't lie, but it means I have to be disciplined to actually start at a fixed time.
That's a fantastic point about working from home. It's great for flexibility, but it requires a lot of self-discipline. For me, my work starts at 9 a.m. too, but I have a commute. I take the bus to work, which usually takes about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic. I usually read a book or listen to music during my commute.
Ah, so your commute is actually a productive time for you. That's smart. So once you're at work, what does your typical day look like? What kind of activities fill your morning and early afternoon?
Well, once I get to the office, the first thing I do is check my emails and prioritize my tasks for the day. My mornings usually involve a lot of meetings, either in person or video calls. so I spend a lot of time collaborating with my team. Around 1 p.m., I take a lunch break. I usually pack my own lunch, or sometimes I'll grab something from the cafe downstairs, and then I eat with my colleagues.
That's a classic office routine. The meetings, the team collaboration, the packed lunch, it's a whole world of vocabulary right there. And for me, working from home, it's a bit different. I also start by checking emails and planning my day. My mornings are usually focused on content creation, like writing scripts for our podcast or researching topics. I take a lunch break around 12:30 p.m., and I usually just make something simple at home. Sometimes I'll take a short walk to get some fresh air.
A walk sounds lovely. That's a great way to break up the day. Do you find it hard to separate work from home life when your office is in your house?
It can be, honestly. That's why I try to stick to a routine. After lunch, my afternoon is often filled with editing, managing the YouTube channel, and planning future episodes. I usually wrap up my main work tasks by around 5 p.m.
That's a full day, and for me, my afternoons are usually more focused on individual projects, analyzing data, or preparing reports. I try to get as much deep work done as possible then. I finish work around 5:30 p.m., then it's time for my commute home.
Okay, so the workday is over. This is where the routines can really diverge. What does your evening look like, Ava? Do you hit the gym, go straight home? What's the vibe?
Well, after I get home, which is usually around 6:15 p.m., I like to unwind a bit. Sometimes I'll go for a quick run, or I'll just relax on the couch for a bit, maybe watch a short show or listen to music. Then, around 7 p.m., I start thinking about dinner. I usually cook for myself, and I enjoy cooking, so it's not a chore.
That's nice that you enjoy cooking. That makes a huge difference. What kind of things do you usually cook for dinner?
Oh, all sorts. Sometimes pasta, stir fries, or a simple chicken and veggie dish. After dinner, I'll clean up the kitchen, and then I usually spend the rest of the evening reading a book, chatting with friends, or sometimes watching a movie. I try to avoid work-related stuff in the evenings.
That's a very healthy boundary to set. And then what about winding down for bed? Do you have a specific bedtime routine?
I do actually. Around 10:30 p.m., I start getting ready for bed. That means brushing my teeth again, washing my face, and just generally winding down. I try to be in bed by 11 p.m., and I usually fall asleep pretty quickly after that. Getting enough sleep is really important to me.
That's a very disciplined and healthy routine, Ava. Mine is a little less strict, I'd say. After I finish work around 5 p.m., I usually take a short break, maybe walk around the block, or just relax. Then I also start preparing dinner around 6:30 or 7 p.m. I love cooking too, but sometimes I'll order takeout if I'm feeling tired.
Takeout is definitely a lifesaver sometimes. So after dinner, what do you usually do? Do you have any evening hobbies or activities?
Yes, after dinner and cleaning up, I usually spend time on my hobbies. I love to draw or practice my guitar. Sometimes my friends and I will have a video call to catch up. I also enjoy watching TV shows or documentaries. My evenings are definitely more about leisure and creative pursuits.
That sounds like a wonderful way to de-stress and express yourself. And what about your bedtime? Are you a night owl or do you also aim for an early night?
I'm definitely more of a night owl, I'm afraid. I usually start my bedtime routine around 11:30 p.m., which includes reading for a bit in bed. I find it really helps me relax, and I usually fall asleep sometime after midnight around 12:30 a.m. So I don't get quite as much sleep as you do, but I manage.
Hey, whatever works for you, right? As long as you feel rested. So we've talked a lot about our weekdays, but what about weekends, Lily? Do your routines change drastically?
Oh, completely. Weekends are for breaking the routine, wouldn't you agree? On Saturdays, I usually sleep in, maybe until 9 or 10 a.m. Then I make a bigger, more elaborate breakfast, like pancakes or French toast. After that, I might go for a long walk in the park, meet up with friends, or visit a museum. Weekends are all about exploring and relaxing.
I'm right there with you on sleeping in. That's definitely the best part of the weekend. My Saturdays often involve going to the farmer's market in the morning, doing some grocery shopping, and then maybe working on a personal project in the afternoon. Sometimes I'll go hiking if the weather's nice.
Hiking sounds amazing. And Sundays, do you keep it relaxed or do you use it for preparing for the week ahead?
Sundays are usually a mix. I still sleep in, but then I'll often spend some time meal prepping for the week, doing laundry, and just generally tidying up the apartment. I also try to set aside some time for reading or just relaxing before the work week starts again. How about you?
Similar to you, Sundays are a bit more subdued. I might do some light cleaning or run errands, but I also make sure to carve out time for creative work, like writing or sketching. And of course, a good movie night is a Sunday staple for me. It's all about easing into the new week gently.
So, listeners, you can see how much variety there is, even just between the two of us. The key is to be able to describe your routine using clear and natural English.
Exactly. And we've used a lot of great vocabulary today. Think about all those verbs: wake up, get up, brush my teeth, wash my face, take a shower, get dressed, make breakfast, eat breakfast, drink coffee, tea, go to work, start work, have meetings, eat lunch, finish work, go home, make dinner, watch TV, read a book, go to bed, fall asleep, sleep in, grocery shopping, cleaning, tidying up, hiking, and so much more.
And remember those prepositions of time: around 6:30 a.m., in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, by 8 a.m. These really help ground your routine in time.
Also, don't forget connecting words. Instead of just listing actions, use words like then, after that, next, first, finally, usually, sometimes, before, and after. They make your descriptions flow so much more naturally.
Right, a simple list sounds a bit robotic, but when you say, first I wake up, then I brush my teeth, after that I take a shower, it sounds so much more human and engaging.
Totally. And try to vary your sentences. Instead of always saying, I do X, then I do Y, try my mornings usually involve A, or I spend a lot of time being, or I like to see. This adds richness to your language.
Yes, and remember to use the simple present tense for routine actions. I wake up, not I am waking up, unless you're talking about something happening right now. For daily routines, simple present is your best friend.
Absolutely crucial point, Ava. So, for our listeners, your challenge after this episode is to try and describe your own daily routine out loud. You can even record yourself and listen back to see where you can improve.
Or even better, tell a friend. Practice makes perfect. Don't worry about making mistakes. The goal is to communicate clearly and confidently.
Exactly. This is just episode 1 of our English podcast for learning English, and we're so thrilled you joined us for Talk About Daily Routine in English. We hope you feel a lot more confident describing your day now.
We certainly do. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, subscribe to Thesaurus Thrive on YouTube, and leave us a comment telling us one thing you do every morning. We'd love to hear from you.
And remember to share this podcast with anyone who wants to boost their English fluency. We'll be back soon with more engaging English lessons. Until then, keep thriving.
Bye for now, everyone.